It's not enough. You selling niggas left, but it's not enough. You I'm making niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I tell you, I fell through with the knickknacks. Hey, young nigga, get your chili up. Yeah, I meant that. Hey, them nigga hating on them niggas and they both broke. If you ain't coming for the chili, what you come for? Nigga.
Let's go. Showered, got dressed, did my skincare. I don't even have anything to do. I'm just chilling at the crib, but you get dressed, you take a shower, take care of yourself, you start to feel good. Start to feel good. This is a key. Just get ready to just chill. Like whenever I'm feeling low energy and I just am gonna chill at the crib and I need to like get some things done, shower, get completely dressed, do your skincare, put accessories on, put cologne on, like act like you about to go meet up with a baddie. And then just do what you gotta do. Start your work. You feel good. You feel right. And one thing that I want to talk about today is trying to balance all of the things in life. Like if you're like me, I have so many freaking interests. Like I'm like intrigued in so many different things. So every day I'm trying to throw in like mindset work, charisma work, communication work, exercise, running, weightlifting, yoga, friends, coffee dates, freaking reading books. Like I have to go work in the evenings at my servant job. Have all of these things I try to balance, and a lot of times I get in my head about it, and a lot of times it leaves me like impaired to where like I really don't do anything because I'm like I have so many things to do. So one tip that I learned from Jesse Itzler, I believe his name is, he talks about all you need is 15 minutes a day to be better than 90% of the population in anything. He did the math, so like 15 minutes a day, if that accumulates over a year, like you've put in so much work that you're ahead of most people in that specific field. So 15 minutes a day, that's what I try to do. I'm about to jump on my charisma course, really good charisma course. It's from Charisma on Command. That's a YouTube channel. They're epic. Back when I was like 19, living in St. Petersburg, I was living in a new city. I was having trouble like connecting with people and meeting people how I like really wanted to. So I was watching a ton of YouTube videos and like they kept promoting their course, and I always hear that like we undervalue free information, and right when you put like a dollar amount to information, your own money, you start to value it more. So I was like, fuck it, this free information is good, but I'm not retaining it how I'd like to. So I bought the charisma course, and it actually like ended up being amazing, and it taught me some things that were much more valuable than the free stuff I was finding online. So I'm back in a new city. I'm having little like speed bumps when it comes to like meeting people and stuff like that. So what do? You refresh, you get back to it, you learn, you become a student, you become curious. Like there's so many times where I find myself like feeling like I know things and that like I'm proficient at things, and it inhibits me from growing and getting better. When you have that mindset of like I don't know everything and like I can still learn and there's still much room for improvement, that's when you get back in that mindset of like always digesting information. So I'm getting back in that mindset of like let's learn charisma, let's learn communication, let's get deeper with this shit. So about to jump on my charisma course. I'm gonna run it for about 15 minutes. I'm not gonna do any more than that. I've been really tired at my new job the past 3 days, and like I can't have that. I need to be showing up and retaining the information and working to the highest capabilities. So I'm gonna take it easy day to day. 15 minutes charisma course. Gonna do 15 minutes of a little like mobility exercise. I typically just go to YouTube, type in mobility exercises, do like a follow along, 15 minutes, do that. Boom. Gonna study for the new job I just started. I have to retain some of the menu knowledge, stuff like that. Charisma course, mobility, menu knowledge. Those are the 3 things that I'm gonna focus on right now. Once that's done, I'll go do something else, water, food maybe, and then reevaluate my energy, how I'm feeling, how I wanna feel later, and get to it. So, charisma course. So, this is actually really good. For some reason I can't log into my Charisma University account right now, so I'm waiting for them to send me another a link to change my password. So I was going through my email and I just went to my Charisma on Command email chain and went to one of their newsletters, and this newsletter is actually a spot on. It's perfect. So Charlie, the person who runs Charisma on Command, he is talking about something that Tony Robbins teaches, which is motion creates emotion. And it says that he says a quote right here. It says, "Emotions don't come to us, we go to them." So what he's saying is, in order to turn on confidence and charisma in a moment's notice, you need to hack your body language. So instead of waiting to feel confident and charismatic, you need to change your body language as if you were already confident and charismatic. So if you're describing a depressed person's body language, you're gonna say they're slouched, their head's down, their eyes are low, they're talking like this. But if you're gonna talk about a successful, energized, charismatic person, their shoulders are back, their chest is poking out a little bit, chest is up, they're speaking loudly, they're speaking clearly, they're moving their hands, they're opening their body language and stuff like that. So if you're ever in an interaction and you need to bring confidence and charisma out, say you're trying to talk to a beautiful woman, someone walks in the bar, you ever hear them talking about a business opportunity, you start speaking with them. You need charisma, you need these things to be able to create a good first impression. And sometimes these things happen like that, and you have to be able to turn them on immediately. And in order to turn it on immediately, you need to get in the habit of changing your body language and acting as if you're charismatic before you feel charismatic. And then a few minutes later, that will catch up to you. And what I was just watching is this video that Charlie says that he watches before he goes out and has interactions with people. Say he's about to go hang out with friends, he'll watch this high energy funny video on YouTube. And I, after taking Charisma on Command in St. Pete, I used to do the same thing. If I was going on a coffee date or something, I would watch some Theo Vaughn videos or something to get myself in a playful, creative mindset. So then when I'm out with them, I'm being goofy, I'm being playful, I'm being silly. And that is what he's saying. He's saying that you need to think back to times where you felt very charismatic. You need to ask yourself, how did you feel? What were your thoughts? Were you funny? Were you serious? Were you intense? And he's saying that personally, he loves being silly, fun, and playful, that he feels more looser and spontaneous, more insightful, and more persuasive. And I agree with him wholeheartedly. If I'm with someone and I'm being goofy and playful and silly, that's where I'm gonna have most of my charisma come out. And I think that that's good. This is a good newsletter. Okay, this is really good too. He says to get social practice. His example is World-class sprinters never run a race without stretching first. Apply the same principle to charisma and you'll perform at a much higher level. The only difference is stretching for a race means hamstrings and glutes. Stretching before an interaction means voice box and ears. And that's really good because he follows that up with saying that if you go to an interview, you need to talk to the secretary. You need to talk to the coworkers. When you're sitting there at the table waiting for the interviewee, when the interrogation to begin, the interrogator to come in, you need to be speaking to the people around. You need to talk to the secretary. You need to chat her up. It's going to get you in a good mood. Y'all are going to have a good interaction. You can practice eye contact, tonality, body language, everything with her. So then you're a little bit warmed up. Same thing right here. He says if you're going to give a speech or presentation, talk to the people backstage. If you're going to a bar or a networking event, chat up the taxi driver, the coat checking guy, the first person you walk in and see, chat them up. And then he says that if no one is there, talk to yourself. Run around your house, be goofy, wash dishes, talk to yourself about the dishes, the suds, the soap, the bubbles. Talk to yourself, pop them bitches and just be goofy, talk to yourself. So then when the interaction comes, and you need to be charismatic. You can be charismatic. You can be goofy. You're already like warmed up. And these are things that I experienced. There's so many times in my life where I need to be charismatic and I'm rusty. I need it to happen and it just isn't happening. I feel weird. Like I feel weird. I'm not thinking about embody the body language of a charismatic person. I'm not thinking about warming up beforehand. And this is actually a very good tip for meeting women. So when I was in St. Pete and I wanted to meet more girls, I had this trick where if you just walk out the house and you're not the most charismatic, if you don't have the most baseline charisma ever, and you walk out the house and the first step you see a beautiful woman, there's no way you're rizzing her up. You can try. Right when you see her and you have one thought, you're ruined. You can probably just spit it out, and then you might be able to. But what I would always do, and what I would tell my roommate, which he would always come to me for advice on picking up women, I'd always tell him talk to average people and talk to everybody, talk to anybody. He'd be like, oh well, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna find a 10 and talk to her. I'm like, nah, don't do that. Go out, dude passes you on the sidewalk, yo bro, I like those shoes, where'd you get them from? Boom, chat them up for a second, cool. A 6 walks by, hey, shawty, a 6 walks by with a sweater or something, be like, oh, I like your sweater, talk to her about her sweater, boom boom boom, have a good conversation, tell her what you do, get her talking about herself, boom boom boom, good conversation, you're feeling good, you walk away. Now you done talk to, boom, warmed up for the 6, now you talk to the 6, you're warming up for the 8, the 9, now as the day goes on, you're warmed up and you're ready to see the 10, and when you see the 10, you blow her away with your confidence and charisma because you done warmed up everywhere else. It's bulletproof. The final thing on this newsletter is to joke early and joke quickly. When you find yourself in an interaction, oftentimes you want to be perceived in the best light as possible. So oftentimes we want to seem like we're professionals, we're mature, and with new interactions with people, it's often this very robotic back and forth that doesn't leave much room for play and lightheartedness. So what you want to do when you get in new interactions, you want to set the tone quickly that this can be lighthearted and playful and fun, especially with women. Especially with women. Like, if you're having to sit, if you talk to a pretty girl and like the whole, where are you from? What do you study? Bruh. You're cooked. You're absolutely cooked, dog. You gotta be funny. You gotta be goofy. You gotta make them laugh, and like, and you don't have to be goofy and funny and stupid the whole time. That's also recipe for disaster. You want to balance it out, but you want to create the tone as being lighthearted. Like, you want the interaction to begin playful and lighthearted, and then you can control that, the balance of that, after you create the tone. But if you create the tone of the interaction being like very polished, then even halfway through, if you start being funny, the tone is already polished. Like, it's already like, it's square, and you want that shit to be triangle. You want to put that bit in a, yeah. So be goofy, be funny in the beginning, and that will set the tone of the interaction. So that's really good. Start off goofy, hack your body language. What was the other one? Start off goofy, hack your body language, warm up with people. These are good tips. These are really good tips. 40 seconds left on my timer. I just took 15 minutes to work on memorizing the menu at the restaurant that I'm currently working at. So I did that. Studying the charisma stuff took a little bit longer, so I delegated 15 minutes of this. I am about to go and chug some water, drink a little bit more coffee, stretch, and carry on. It's unlikely you'll face a horde of probing reporters bombarding you with insensitive questions today, but it might be helpful, whatever stresses or frustrations or overload that do come your way, to picture that image and use it as your model for dealing with them. Our reasoned choice, our proheresis, our proheresis, as the Stoics called it, is a kind of invincibility that we can cultivate. We can shrug off hostile attacks and breeze through pressure or problems. And like our model, when we finish, we can point back into the crowd and say, next. Who then is invincible? Who then is invincible? The one who cannot be upset by anything outside their reasoned choice. Nice.